For more, I do want to bring in Jim Lewis. He's the Center for Strategic and International Studies. He's with them. He's a cybersecurity expert and also a former State Department official. Jim, thanks so much for joining us. First off, I want to ask you about these anonymous hackers under this umbrella named 4chan. Who are they?
Well, these are just groups that come together for a particular cause. They're amateurs. They're usually politically motivated. They have some technical skills, although the denial of service attack is pretty basic. And when they get excited about something, they look for a way to make a name for themselves, get a little attention, and make a political point.
Do we know where they are, generally?
No, one of the bad things about the internet is it's easy to do this. It's easy to cover your tracks. It's easy to hide. It's easy to make it look like you're in Panama when you're actually in Korea. So they're probably all over the world.
So you're saying this is pretty basic. What do you need to do something like this?
You don't need a heck of a lot. You need a computer and you need an internet connection and you need the ability to download some of the software that will let you launch a denial of service attacks.
Okay.
Where it gets interesting is if they're using what they call botnets, and that gets a little more into the criminal world.
What is that exactly?
A botnet is consumer computers. If you have a computer at home, there's a fair chance that it's been captured by a criminal. You don't know it. And they use it to launch these denial of service attacks. And so botnets have thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of computers that are slaved to this one criminal.
Okay, but that sounds more of a professional operation then. So we're not talking about that in this case then?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. This is the low end.
So for companies, if it's low end then, isn't there a way for them to protect themselves?
Yeah, a lot of companies know how to deal with this. I think the thing is that it always comes as a surprise, and people have to run around to figure out what to do the first time it happens. This is not something that will cause lasting damage or even damage that lasts more than a few hours.
And okay, not more than a few hours. However, Mastercard has been down for several hours so far this morning.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're sweating, so I bet they'll be back online soon.
Okay, and is there any way to preempt an attack?
No, one of the things we need to think about is that when we built the internet, it was built by, kind of hippie professors out in Northern California, and they didn't worry about stuff like this. And maybe the only way to prevent things is to think about how we would re-engineer the internet to make it a little safer to use.
Okay, well, that's certainly a very big task to try to redo that, Jim. But thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us on this. Jim Lewis from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, talking about the cyber attacks going on at some corporate websites.